Yeah. So let's go to this. So when you first met up with Pharrell in the Clipse, in the book, it said like the first meeting didn't go that well. You know what I'm saying? And like I know what's from VA. Like a lot of times if we go somewhere and we don't feel really like a warm reception, we'll be like, man, forget them cats. You know what I'm saying? like we'll do it on our own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But something gave you the vision to go back the next day. You know what I'm saying? So what gave you the vision of going back the next day and trying to see how you could fit in the music industry?
Because I can tell that it wasn't me. That I could tell that because I always bet on myself. That's one thing I do. I always bet on myself. Even if I know somebody is good at something or they might consider the deal and all that, before I trust in them to do it, I know I can do it. So I always just say, no, I can get it done. So it was a thing of I felt I was a cool enough dude to actually go back, and I had some stuff to bring to the table. And because I had one of the rappers from the neighborhood with me, Chance with me, it was a thing of I figured that it probably was him, but then when another guy confirmed it and pretty much, told me that. So that would make me say, all right, let me go back. But like a prime example, I don't never give up on nothing. I saw an interview just the other day when J. Cole was talking to this little girl who be interviewing people, and he was telling her that, the reason why he don't give up because, he could do something 10 times, but then on the 11th time it can happen.
Absolutely.
I have that same mind frame of I know it can happen. I can get it done. I'm not gonna stop. I mean, I don't care what it is, even from getting this book done. I was like, man, I had it. It was always ready to go. It's just a matter of time.
Right.
But, so that would make me go back and, and I'm glad I did go back. I did. I'm glad I went back.
Absolutely. In the book, you talked about the grinding video, you know what I'm saying, which was a huge video. I remember because when the grinding video came out, we had just went to college in Minnesota. So I even remember us being at a party one time and the grinding video came on. And we was like, yo, y'all chill, yo, we gonna show you when our cousin pop up. And then every time you popped up on the road, we was like, yo, there you go, you see it?
Not only that, because we had like in that video, because you remember one time we was getting our hair cut. We was getting our hair cut and we almost could have made it to the video. But Booby had to get it. Yeah, Booby could have made his haircut. And so we saw the video, we would see like a whole bunch of our cousins in the video. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Y'all know, dang, maybe just missed it, man.
Exactly. Yep. I said, dang, man. But another thing too. Well, we used to be like, we used to see the clips come on like a night show or something like that. And then it's so crazy because we used to watch it. And then we'll see you like in the background. We be like, yo, there go Tony. Like, yo, there go Tony. We was like, yeah, baby. Yo, we was rooting you on.
And I felt like, and it's crazy because, even for my mom was doing the same thing. Like, I mean, it could have been from the beginning all the way to the end, always the psych. So it excites her when the music used to come on and everything. And, it was a part of me that I felt like, I made it, like.
Yep. Yeah,
sure, I'm here. You know what I mean? This young kid from the Bayside area, man, like really made it up there on TV. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, man. You inspired a lot of people, man. You inspired because we even went to start. We even went to start our record label, independent record label here, man, Minneapolis, man. So like, you definitely inspired us a lot. Definitely.
How long y'all been there?
Shoot, man. We've been here for what, 2001?
Yeah, 2002. 2002. So yes, 20 years. But I moved back. I moved back after school. I moved back to Virginia for about 3 or 4 years, and then I ended up moving right back up here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So with the grinding video, you talked about how you had to come out of pocket for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do you consider that as like your first like huge success in the music industry?
Do I feel it was my first success?
Yeah, in the music industry.
No.
Okay.
Actually, that was a part that I didn't really go too much elaborate on it, but
yeah,
I didn't learn, early that when I had did that, I should have got it put in writing that the label was going to pay me back, whether they was or not.
Right.
Because I was just jumping up because I was like, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
Right.
And I remember later on, I actually went to the label and said, yo, can y'all give me some of this change back? And I ended up getting a lot of it back. But at the time, I just wanted the look to be right. And and so I did it from my heart. Because the label paid this lady named Diane Martell to shoot the grinding video. So it'd be a certain budget that you can only have, and you can't go outside that money. And it wasn't enough money to really take out to go do them certain things. Right. But me, as I'm looking, I'm like, I knew what it needed because I knew I wanted a certain look, And like I said, I wanted them up on that pedestal. So so I just meant the truth, I wasn't thinking about how much it costs. I just knew it was like investing. It was like investing in the product.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think the return was good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You say, wait. You going? Wait.
So there's a period of time in the book where stuff started to slow up for the Clipse with the label, you know what I'm saying, disputes and things like that, and stuff started to slow up. Did you ever think about like investing in more acts around that time, even acts from Bayside Arms or Southgate or from Virginia or anything like that, just so if the Clipse is slowed up, you know what I'm saying, I can have other acts or whatever that I can go to and kind of put them in the same position?
So even right before I got locked up, I was help managing. It was a group, but actually the DJ, his name was DJ No Doubt, but he was rhyming, and he was rhyming with another cat named Bruce Babby, and it was called the Hardaways. And then I had another guy who actually sang. He was from Richmond. He go by the name of D Folks. So I was trying to slide them in there too. I always still had wanted Chance, was the first original guy who I took to the studio way back when I first met them.
Right.
But it was a thing of, I just knew that they wasn't messing with them. Like it was never no conversation, but I knew from that day that it wasn't going to happen. So I wasn't going to try to force it. Now, if I would end up getting on and I could have did it, then I would have did it. But man, I was really trying to piggyback off of the guys, but you got to understand this. You're only as hot as the group that you got.
Absolutely. Yep.
So there's no way for me to get anybody on if ain't nobody listening to that group. It don't matter what you did and all that. You might get another chance. And somebody say, all right, we'll try to help do that again. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Pharrell was the one to actually put that together. I came on to help it, and I did a lot of stuff to even, put them in certain positions. But if Pharrell, as big a star as he is, and stuff is slowed up and can't get nothing done, it would have been real hard for me to follow up on another act to actually get on.
Right. Can you walk us through how did you actually become the manager of the Clipse? Like how did that actually happen? Can you walk everybody through that?
I think it was a thing of just me. I want to say, I can't say that it was timing. I think it was more so because the guys, because I was going to be their road manager at first.
Right.
So it was the guys that was going to use me in that way. Because they knew that they could trust me with their money. If I'm up there on the road, I was going to make sure that I'm going to get the money. Right. They already knew I had their back in all kind of ways. Even if they had to go back to the streets and it didn't work, they know I was there for that too.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I was gonna be the road manager, because I was also like the life of the party. You know, everywhere we go, I'm gonna be the one talking to people. I'm gonna get the party started. You know, I was that guy for that.
Yep.
So once Pharrell had started the Star Trek label, his manager was going to be the guy's manager. But once he started the label, his manager, which was Rod Walker, he had to manage the guys. He had to help run the label. So he couldn't manage the guys because it would have been a conflict of interest.
Right.
So that's when he came, you know, the guys came to me and said, do you want to be our manager? So it kind of moved me up. So it was a thing of I was just coming on, just taking a chance. And they took a chance in me.
Wow. Wow. That is crazy.
Hey, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, all of it is just like a business, you know. And at the time when I had right before I started managing them, I had trucking companies, I had a clothing store, I had barbershops, a hair salon, you know. So I had different businesses, and with coming a business, every business is a product. You know what I mean? Just like being in the streets. Yep. It's a product. You have to sell that product. I was good at selling products. So
absolutely.
So you know, so I looked at it like y'all giving me some work and I'm gonna get rid of this work. I need to do whatever it needs to do to let these people know who these guys is. So I used to think outside the box, and that's why that's what I brought to the table.
Man. Yeah, absolutely. Because I was just about to bring that up because I remember going to your clothing store before when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah you definitely had a lot of different businesses. So at one point in time, you know what I'm saying, you in the book you talk about you had one foot in music and kind of like one foot in the drug game. Do you think that ruined potential business for you, or did people already know that, like, as soon as you walked in the room, that was who you was?
No, I hear that very well. Now, people, you know, yeah, certain people in the street. But that's a good question, though, because I was going to call my book at first Straddling the Fence.
Yep.
And that was, you know, that when you said that I had one foot in the drug game, one foot in the music.
Right.
That was the thing that you know, I was getting caught up in. But it was a thing of trying to juggle the two. It just can't work. Right. Like you have to pick one, like, because one of them was going to run by itself. But the reason why I hit it very well, because, you know, which I speak on in the book, I had family members like, you know, like my little cousins and them. They used to be my face for it. You know what I mean? Why I ain't there. So I had people who was being the face for it. So these other guys over here in this music and stuff don't know what's going on. That's why it was a shocker to a lot of people. Like, damn, he was doing all that. Like, I remember he used to be in the game way back then, but they're like, damn, how was you doing all that and doing this too? You know what I mean? So that's when it was like, whoa, you know. But I snuck it in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
So yeah, let me go to the next. Okay, so also in the book, one of the big moments, and you know, I remember this vividly because I was around Southgate probably every day at this time. When our cousin got killed, and you talk about that in the book, and how people were initially blaming you for it. That was like a big rumor. How did that make you feel hearing that that you probably had something to do with it around that time?
Yeah, if you realize it, that was my longest chapter.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to hopefully paint it right and let people really get into the mind of how I thought and my feelings. So that's why I wrote about it and then I asked myself the own question. Well, I asked the audience the same, you know, different questions and stuff as I was writing. Because man, it had put me in a dark place, like for like a couple of years, man, all the way up until I actually finished writing the book. right? Because I felt like even if somebody who like probably don't even want in the book or they heard that I got a part in the book about that they'll actually go and read that.
Absolutely.
Or somebody will actually go and tell, yo man, did you read this part? Because like from that time, because that was like the downfall, probably even without that, but that made them come and investigate quicker just from them rumors, because the feds don't like violence. They don't like, violence and stuff like that. So when it was connected and people was trying to connect it to me, and I know I don't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
And it's from people who supposed to be family and like it was people in my face saying this, but then going behind my back saying, different. So
right.
It really messed me up, man. I was in a dark place, man. I was in a real dark place, man. It was, I just couldn't believe it, man. But it was like I couldn't get my mind right.
Right.
I couldn't get my mind right, man. So, because that's the worst position to be in, when somebody not only trying to tell you that you did something that you didn't do, but telling you that you had something to do with somebody dying,
absolutely
getting killed. And it just didn't make no sense for why they would even say that I would have something to do with that, based off of just my lifestyle of how I was living, when like people was on like money who owe me like $100,000, $50,000, $60,000, and they didn't get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It was people who I had beef with, who didn't like me, who I probably fought and I remember I got beat up one time and I wanted to kill that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I ain't gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no kin to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my character. So for people to try to paint a picture that wasn't my character, it is, man, it really did something to me.
Right. Was that the time you felt the walls was closing in on you, because you went to Miami shortly thereafter to try to refocus on music?
Yeah, man. I knew I was done for, though. I had to, like even in the book, before I even said I was done for or I felt this, it was like right after that death of my cousin that I knew it was over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I knew it was over. So me going to Miami was kind of like me, like not hiding out, but just being away from it. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't even go to the funeral.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
You know what? And that chapter in the book, it really gave. Like I said, I was around Southgate every day around that time, so it also gave me clarity too, just to read those that chapter and read those words that you was putting together. Because all these years we've never heard your side of the story. Never. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the thing is, I seen Instagram posts with you and his younger brother or whatever, and y'all had a conversation or whatever. But I had never heard your side of the story. And when I read the chapter, it just, I ain't even gonna lie, it gave me some peace too. You know what I'm saying? It gave me some peace as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think you did a great job with just telling your side of the story. You know what I mean?
Because it's hard, because this is the thing about a lie, and a vicious one at that. When a person go and tell a lie, and they go tell that same person who went and told that person the lie, he probably turn around and find out the truth. But imagine how many people that he can't go run back and say, "Hey, it was a lie."
Absolutely.
So that person that they told, they going to spread it. You know what I mean? And it is spread, then, so you don't know. It's too late then. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get past that? So I understand what you're saying. Is like, even though you probably knew in your heart, like, man, no, my cousin ain't got nothing to do with that. But you like, damn, but it's all pointing at him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? But and then sometimes when you feed a person a lie, it just always sounds like it's the truth, even though it's a lie. Right. I mean, because people rather hear a lie than the truth anyway.
Right.
That's just the way it is. It sounds better.